Evening, everyone. So the concept of zimun is when three people are coming together and each one can eat from his friend's bread, right? And rely on them that the bread is kasher and so on. But let's say a situation where each one of brings his own bread, and he doesn't rely on the kashrut of his friend's bread. He said, "This is different types of kashrut, especially in Israel. This one I don't rely on that one. No." Of a lot of politics involved, but let's say he doesn't rely on the other kashrut for some reason, and each one has his own type of kashrut. In that case, they cannot make zimun. Why? Again, the concept of zimun is to bring everyone together and invite them and to eat together as a meal. But if each one is strictly only eating his own bread and doesn't want to eat from his friends from the other bread, then that's not really sitting together. Although physically they're sitting together, but they cannot make zimun because they're not really trusting each other. They cannot rely on the other one's kashrut. But let's say some situations where people prefer not to eat from that kashrut, but if they happen to be in a place or they're invited to some place to eat, they will eat. Then in that case, they can make zimun because it's only like extra chumah. They're not accustomed to eat from that type of kashrut. But if they're really eating, but if they're really eating, but they don't really like to use it because their fathers didn't use it and so on, so then they can eat. But if they really don't rely on the other kashrut, that, as I mentioned, it's a problem. Similarly, if there's two people eating meat with bread and the other one is eating cheese, then they can make zimun. Why? Because it's true that those that eat meat cannot eat from the cheese, but the one that eating cheese can clean his mouth and then eat from the other type of bread that's ate together with meat. So that's okay. But let's say this person is very, very strict. Now let's say he's eating a hard cheese, Parmesan, right? It's cheese that you have to wait. Also, just to wait for meat to cheese, we have to wait also when it's hard cheese, Parmesan, for instance, 6 hours. So in that case, they cannot make zimun because they cannot eat with each other.